Welcome to Nixa, Missouri for the 99th annual Nixa Invitational Tournament. Third place game here. It's the Park Hill Trojans taking on the host Nixa Eagles. I'm Brady Richard alongside my partner Evan Brett. This should shape up to be a great team. Both of the better teams in the Class 6 stage in Missouri are meeting here tonight, or today I should say, for a third place trophy. Both these teams with kind of, I would say, bigger losses yesterday. Nixa with a double-digit loss, Park Hill losing by around 20 points. So both these teams with something to prove.
Exactly. Both teams coming off tough losses, like you said. But just looking at Parkville playing Rogersville, they stuck with them in that first half. I believe it was about tied by the end of the first half. But then that second half hits, and they came out completely flat. And Rogersville completely took over. And then going back to Nixa, it just felt like they couldn't get a shot to go. You just kind of got pretty slow and nothing could get going, and then eventually it just looked that they were so tired that there was nothing that they could do.
Yeah, more bench usage I would say is for the Eagles. A lot of those guys just look tired near the end of the game. Tied at halftime, middle of the third quarter, Marquette starts to pull away, and then it was just too much to handle in the fourth. Looking at Park Hill's side though, I just think Rogersville just outclassed them down low. Marcus and Titus Moore, those two brothers, just so hard to guard down low, along with Chase and Sutton Shook and just all these guys. They have so many weapons in that starting lineup. I think they just kind of couldn't keep up near the end of the game.
And I think it's just similar, like a similar reason why they lost for both teams was, you'd stop one person and there's another problem would arise. I mean, against Marquette, you stop Owen and then you just have two other people just who are getting shots to go, and it just completely outclassed Nixa, and they couldn't figure out a way to just slow them down.
Yeah, and Nixa they don't really have a way to score outside of inside the arc. Their three-point shooting has not been very good this year. And they just didn't shoot well from it yesterday. So, it's plain as that. There's no other way to put it. But this is a rematch actually from last year. The Nixa Eagles and the Park Hill Trojans played in the semifinals last year. That game went to overtime. Number 2, Isaiah Caston, the senior guard, actually hit the shot for Park Hill that sent it into overtime. Then they would later win that game, sending them to the finals. But it's a little bit of a rematch here for these two teams. We'll see who gets the better of the other one today. But Caston, shifty guard, is confident in his own shot and can make his own shots. It's going to be a guy Nixa is going to have to contain. They put Braylon Smith on Brody Owen yesterday. I don't think that worked out as well, just because the height difference there. But Caston only 6 foot tall,
and that's definitely someone that we could see be a better matchup, because Owen was just so much bigger than Smith. It was it was a difficult task to ask on him. I definitely do think they could throw someone like Smith or Randy. We saw him get some work on Owen later in that game. Just throw those two, rotate them in on Caston. But someone else that could be good against that is someone like Jalen Liddell. A super fast and shifty guard. He can get his hands in there on defense. And just looking to that bench a little bit more would definitely be more beneficial. I understand, keeping those main guys in towards the end of the game, but, giving them a break in that third, just 4 or 5 minutes to sit on the bench and collect themselves, I feel like would have been a much better game plan.
Yeah, I think these teams match up very well skill-wise together, but, coaching's going to come down to it. Coach Brock Blancett, great resume, been with Nixa for a long time, went to the Final Four last year and got 3rd place in the state. Park Hill, they're led by their coach. I don't want to butcher his last name, so I'm going to say Coach Cooper. He is up and down with his guys. It's like another guy on the court, basically. He is very vocal, a great coach.
And just watching him against Rogersville, he was commanding the offense. He was yelling around, just yelling where people need to be, pointing to different spots. And he could just see the floor in different ways. He's such, an energetic coach. He's definitely preached culture. You see them on the bench every single defensive possession. They're starting to chant. They're getting their guys going, and they try to give their team some momentum.
We are just nearing tip-off here for the 3rd place game in the 99th annual Nixa Invitational Tournament presented by Arvest Bank. We've got starters coming to you here, and then we will get going in just a few moments after that. Stay tuned.
Deserves a financial partner who cares. So thank you to Arvest Bank for their sponsorship on a regular basis. Folks, Game number 3, day number 3, it'll feature the Park Hill Trojans and the Nixa Eagles. So let's meet the starters for the Park Hill Trojans. He's a 6'3" senior guard, number 0, Dante Bronson. He's a 6 foot senior guard forward, number 2, Isaiah Casta. He's a 6 foot 4" junior guard, number 12, Max Tisdale. He's a 6 foot 6" senior guard forward, number 15, Javon Washington. And he's a 6 foot 5" senior forward, number 41, Donovan Fonville. Head coach, super good guy for the Park Hill Trojans, Cooper Baiha. He's assisted by Anthony Woods. Now let's meet the starters for your Nixa Eagles. He's a 6'1" senior guard, number 2, Randy Flynn. He's a 5'9" sophomore guard, number 4, Braylon Smith. He's a 6'4" senior forward, number 12, it's Colt McCoy. He's a 6'3" senior guard forward, number 13, Ty Callis. And he's a 6'4" junior forward, number 21, Adam McKnight. Head coach of the Eagles, Brock Blanton. He's assisted by injured boys Scott Miller and David Ferguson. Tonight's officials, Blake Miller, Ryan Carmichael, and John Sterling.
About to get going here in Nixa, Missouri for the 3rd place game of the Nixa Invitational Tournament in 2026. There are your starters for both teams. Fonville goes up, blocked by Flint Quick, and Kellis will get the rebound for the Eagles' first possession. Kellis swings it around. Smith driving inside, kicks out to the near corner. Eagles cluttered on the right side right now. Kellis working one-on-one. Drives baseline. McKnight finishes with the left hand to get the Eagles started in this game.
And you know, McKnight didn't have the best game. You know, just kind of wasn't able to get things going. And he started off the game, I believe, 1 for 9, 1 for 10. That's something you can't have, him being your best player on the floor.
Flint, good move after the steal. It's another layup from Nixa. 2 quick points.
And, you know, that's another thing that Nixa kind of struggled with. They would force those turnovers but couldn't capitalize. They'd have a missed layup. They'd have a missed pass, throw the ball right back. And, you know, I just feel like this tournament, they haven't been able to play great team basketball. They just kind of, one person tries to do a little bit too much, or they just don't swing the ball around enough. And if I feel like when we swing the ball around enough and just kind of find the next open man, the team plays a lot better as a whole.
McKnight handles the board. Here's Flint, passes inside for McCoy. McCoy working around, puts it up, and whistled for a travel under the basket. Early sub for Park Hill. Rylan Farron will come into the game.
And we've seen a lot of Rylan Farron in this tournament. And Rogersville, he was hot. He started off hot. Just what allowed them to keep up with him. He slowed down in that second half. But he's definitely a great piece offensively.
Kellis, good finish at the rack. Eagles just extend their lead. Park Hill has yet to get a shot off except for...
And, you know, Nixa coming out, pressing and then dropping into a 3-2. You know, this team loves to shoot threes, and they're definitely starting to limit that, but they also can give you problems with, you know, Park Hill having some size down low. I mean, 6'6", Javon Washington.
And one there for Dante Brunson. You know, it looked like McCoy had that rebound, just kind of lost handle with it at near the end.
And, you know, McCoy, someone we've seen a lot of getting in foul trouble, you know, getting people with his body. It's just with a player like him, he's so versatile. He can play. He's such a great rebounder, such a great defender. You know, he's very physical, and they're gonna need someone like him in this game. You know, there's not a crazy amount of size to the Nixa team outside. You know, you'll see Cameron Miller come in, but you know, you're gonna have to find someone who can match up with, I mean, the size for Park Hill.
Looking at this Park Hill team, they have 11 seniors on the roster, very experienced. But also a team that they retained a lot from last year's Nixa Invitational tournament. So this team knows how to beat Nixa. They've beaten them before. McKnight fading away, can't get it to fall. Flying in for the rebound was Bronson. He can't pull it down. Kellis gives it to Flint. Flint near the top of the key, crossing over, snatches back, putting the moves on now, dumps it off for McCoy. One more to Kellis. Kellis just been so hesitant with that three-pointer in this tournament.
And I feel like that's a shot he should be confident in. I mean, he's knocked it down at an efficient rate this season, and these past couple games he's been a little hesitant. I mean, if you're Nixa, you're going to want to see him let that thing fly.
Here's the inbound to Kellis, steps back, he pulls the trigger on this one, off the mark, and out of bounds. It's going to be Trojan basketball.
If you're Nixa, I mean, that's definitely a guy you want to shoot, though. We're just saying he's been a little hesitant. And he needs to get some confidence in that shot. It's definitely one of the main pieces of his game, and Nixa needs somebody that can stretch that floor.
Fonville inside. He was player of the game night one of the tournament for Park Hill. He had 18 points. There gets the scoring going for Park Hill again. Gets them to 4 now. Fonville is really good inside. Nice footwork and soft touch around the rim. There's a foul on Bryson Augustine. McCoy gives it for Flint. Flint pressed up on, bumps, kicks to McCoy. McCoy, short corner, misses the jumper. Fighting for the rebound. McKnight gets on the deck, but it still finds the hands of Bronson.
And no, Flint, that's someone you want to see get more shots. If we didn't get many opportunities in that Marquette game, and he's kind of disappeared. And when he's such a great player. He uses his speed very well. He's a start and stop ability, and that's someone I feel like we need to see more shots from.
Here's Fonville in the corner. Quick first step off the jab. Pulls up, just rolls out. Rebound, though, for the Trojans. Offensive, now fighting for the ball. It's going to be a jump ball pointing towards the Trojans. It'll be their possession.
You know, just right there, you can't have that. Let them have that offensive rebound. Someone has to get their hands on that ball. It felt like Nixa, you know, there were two people in the area. Both of them thought they were going to grab it. You just can't have people standing and watching. Someone has to go make it happen.
McKnight fading, looking for a foul, can't get it. Now fighting for the rebound, and eventually they call one. Going for the rebound. I think it's going to be on McKnight. Fonville giving it up now, driving inside. Farron can't hit the floater. McKnight trips in the open court. Ball on the ground. It's in the hands of Fonville, and Smith jumps on for a jump ball. Again, this will be Nixa basketball this time.
And, you know, I feel like Nixa, you know, they got off to a hot start. They were forcing turnovers, but the Park Hill definitely cleaned it up. I mean, if you're Nixa, you want to go back to that. But getting that press working, forcing turnovers, playing fast, that's what Marquette didn't allow them to do. I mean, if you look at it, their best run of the night was a 5-0 run. I mean, that just completely killed their offense.
Bryson Augustine getting an off-ball foul there, kind of shoved away Smith. He will come out of the game as well. I think that's just a product of him being a lot bigger than Smith.
I mean, he's just a big body down low. You're going to get that call every time just because you're so much bigger.
Kellis looks inside for McKnight, spinning, going into the defense, looking for a foul, and he will get it. Foul will be charged to Javon Washington.
You know, McKnight, he does a great job of jumping into his defender. You'll see right here, just kind of lowers his shoulder into people and then just draws the foul. Just jumping right into him, being able to, you know, a very high IQ play right there, just getting them off balance and then jumping into them and almost always draw a foul.
We see more subs coming to the game in the first quarter than we did the whole game yesterday for Nixa. In comes Ajayi and Miller off the bench.
And you know, that's definitely something we need to see more. I mean, plain and simple, they would just look completely tired and starting to sub early, definitely switching up that game plan.
Casting gets it poked away by Kellis. Kellis in transition gets the layup on the other end.
Finally, Nixa can get something to go. It felt like they went completely cold offensively. You know, you can't have those slow starts. They had it against Marquette. They've had it a lot this season. But they just got to a slow start and play from a deficit. You can't let that happen.
Flint goes high for the rebound. Working it down the court, picks up his dribble, kicks for Ajayi. Ajayi lets go the 3, too short. Fonville tips it around. Finally, it's handled by Flint. Flint to Miller. Miller wanted McKnight inside. Somehow it ended up in his hands. Can't hit the layup. McKnight gets his own rebound. Putting the shoulder down, shoots and fouled.
Someone we saw actually be able to knock down some free throws last night. And he was definitely very efficient so far, starting 0 for 2.
Fonville. Moving down the court, finishes with the right hand. And one for Donovan Fonville, the senior forward.
He's just so fast. I mean, for someone of his size, 6'5", I mean, he can get out and move, and he can impress you with his mobility. I mean, he has a quick jab step and can get around his defender really easily. We've seen it a lot so far. Parkhill will come in a 3-2 press. Going to start trying to put some pressure on the Eagles ball carriers.
McCoy over for Kellis. Flint guarded heavily by Makai Robbins-Yearby. Snatches back, changes pace. Miller gets it, drives inside, puts up a shot. Won't go, foul right after.
And it just feels like Nixa finally starting to play a little more physical. You've seen them, most people starting to crash those rebounds so far. They're definitely winning in that statute. I mean, 8-5. They're going to want to keep that up, especially with Park Hill. You know, they have that size advantage. They have 6'6", 6'5", 6'5". There's so many people that have that length, and Nixa kind of struggled against that length. Yesterday, as we saw with Marquette, they had so many people that were 6'8", 6'6", and it was a struggle for Nixa to get it going in the paint, and that's really their only source of offense.
3-point lead for the Eagles. Flint with a quick steal. Double teamed in the backcourt, somehow gets out of it. Kicks to Ajayi. Ajayi driving in, absorbs the contact, though can't finish. McCoy stripped away from under the basket. Here's Caston with a good dump off, though Yearby can't handle. Flint gets fouled by Fonville. Seems like some sloppy basketball.
I mean, both teams seems like they can't get much to go. Well, for Park Hill, they're just not getting enough shots. Only 3 for 6 so far, but. You know, Nixa 5 for 14. They're getting the shots, they're getting the second chance points, they just can't capitalize, and that was definitely a problem last game.
Flint is a great free throw shooter, well over 80% for him on the year. This is the first free throw.
So far, Nixa starting off 0 for 5 from free throw. That's big time. Those are, I mean, it's the easiest shot you can have in basketball. It's in the name, it's free.
Hits the second one. Very uneventful first quarter so far. Only 18 points scored between the two teams.
Neither team can seem to get anything going.
Flint steals it, though. It's right back in the hands of Robbins Yearby. Caitlin Bradford to Fawnville now. Stolen away by McKnight. McKnight coming down the court. Slows it down.
And Nixa needs something to get going on the shot. It just feels like they don't knock anything down.
It just feels like they're just working around the arc for so long, and then they just get one shot. It's not a very good one.
And credit to Park Hill just not giving the Nixa the looks that they want.
Park Hill playing great defense so far.
They seem to be able to translate it to points on the offensive side.
Fawnville fouled, can't get the shot to fall, though he'll head to the free throw line. Flint's first foul of the night. Fawnville has 5 of Park Hill's 7 right now.
He's been the aggressor. He's used that quick first step ability, and it's just so hard to guard with someone at that size. You know, you're going to have him. You know, one of Nick's is either Colt or McKnight or even Miller on you, and he's taking advantage of that and being able to get right around them, and drawing fouls, getting into his defender.
Fawnville misses the second free throw. .14 seconds left. Flint setting the table. Near midcourt, McKnight is going to get an offensive foul pushing Fawnville. And it's going to be Trojans basketball. That's McKnight's second.
That could potentially set him for a little bit. I mean, that's someone you can't have out of the game, and he's just been the main guy all season. He's averaging well over 20 points per game. He's been, you know, the main aggressor. He's the guy that really just drives this Eagles team. Once he starts getting going, getting hyped up, it feels like the rest of the team does.
Flint playing aggressive defense on Caston, and he won't even get a shot up. Park Hill coach by Yeehaw cannot believe it. Nice finish from Kellis there. Eagles up by 3. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back to the second quarter here in the 99th Nixa Invitational Tournament presented by Arvest Bank. It's the third place game here. The Eagles lead the Trojans by 3 so far. It's been a very uneventful first quarter. We'll see if it picks up in the second. Flint fouled going inside.
And Flint, someone I feel like Nixa's been needing. He just wasn't a big factor in that Marquette game, and that definitely hurt them offensively. He just starts shooting that ball more, get to that free throw line. He thrives from there. He's their best from that free throw line, which they have not been converting tonight, being 1 for 6.
Flint It's the second free throw there. Kellis at the top of this press. You know, the Eagles kind of shied away from this press in the game yesterday. It worked well. It led to their comeback in the second quarter. Then they just went away from it.
And I don't understand why they went back to it in that fourth quarter and it started working. It just feels like that's their best option defensively with all the athleticism that they have.
Deep three from Caston finds the bottom of the net. It's not a guy you want to let get going. It's his first three of the game.
And, you know, he was quiet that first quarter, very similar to Owen from Marquette. I mean, they held it to 0 and he's kind of took off. And when you have someone like, you know, Fonville just kind of getting going, it's going to take pressure off Caston.
McCoy gets that one to fall. Caston over to Fonville. Fonville driving inside. 4 Eagles on him. Gets stripped. Let's see who they give it to. It's going to be Trojan basketball.
And Fonville attacking off that dribble, trying to get downhill a lot. He's really trying to get into those Nixa big men because once they come out, it's definitely a much easier matchup for him.
Fonville gives it over to Caston. Trojans working around the arc. Caston, deep three again, way off the mark. Fonville, though, with the offensive rebound, going inside, full head of steam, and fouled by Colt McCoy.
Just Fonville, I mean, he is just attacking relentlessly, trying to get people into foul trouble. He does a great job of just, I mean, that was definitely a foul. Did a great job of, you know, the angle that he took, he was able to go for a wraparound and drew the foul.
Yeah, McCoy just late there on the block. Fonville hits the first free throw. Lots of chance coming from the crowd, does not faze him. Goes 2 for 2 from the line, makes it a 2-point game.
He has all the free throw makes for Park Hill so far. He's that's definitely where he wants to get to.
McCoy, good pass inside. McKnight finishes at the rim.
I mean, it feels like neither team has really gotten going. I mean, only 30 total points, and we're almost halfway through a second period. Just a very defensive game so far.
Caston working around this Eagles zone. Fonville heads to the middle. Cross-court pass. Farron catch and shoot too strong. Fonville gets the rebound though and cleans it up under the basket.
And it seems very similar to that first game when Fonville won player of the game. He was just very aggressive, getting inside on the Eagles.
Good take from Smith. We don't see that type of shot a lot from Smith. He's more of a pass-first type of guy, but
he definitely got going last game.
Good shot there. That last game can definitely be a confidence booster. McCoy blocks the three-pointer. Smith pulls it down up to Kellis in transition with the left and rolls it off the glass.
And a beautiful sequence for the Eagles right there. Good block from McCoy and instantly pushing it down court. That's what they're going to need.
You got to think that they practice Kellis get back every time there's a missed shot because he is down there every single time.
I mean, it's literally every possession. He's always, you know, sprinting as fast as he can down the court because he knows he's going to get the pass.
Fonville in the corner, working on McKnight. Kicks out. Caston. One dribble pull up, just off the rim.
And outside of that three, he's been quiet. I mean, Nix is definitely playing great defense on him. He's been limited.
Here's McKnight, gets the ball poked away, gains possession back, and still finishes over 2 Trojans.
And he just doesn't back down. Even when they bring the double team, he's still playing physical. He lowers it. He does a great job of getting that space by lowering his shoulder. And any space that you give him, he's going to take full advantage. Another three for Farron. This one will go for him. He finally gets it going. He's such a great three-point shooter. We saw it against Rogersville. You know, I didn't miss his first two, but gets one to go.
Flint over for Kellis. Now in the hands of McCoy. Driving inside, fouled. That one's going to be on the ground, though. Two subs in for the Trojans. Flint will be the trigger man for Nixa. McCoy going right into his man. McKnight went for the jam on the putback, though misses. Caston will bring it up for the Trojans. Kellis all in his drill. Can't steal it in the hands of Flint, though. He was not able to get it. Coach Brock blends it there. Tried to catch it. I think Flint's trying to tell me, and I had that, Coach.
You know, it's Flint. He's such an aware player right there. He definitely could have had that, but he's hit so many times. He uses that long arms mixed with his IQ to be able to get to places that he might not think he'd be able to.
Caston makes the floater there. Him and Fonville have 15 of Park Hill's 20. Going to be a foul off the ball here.
I just feel like that's been happening a lot to
Augustine.
Third already.
Out comes McCoy.
And you'll just see Miller really taking over that six-man spot. We've seen so many times that they've switched it up and definitely found a good fit in Miller.
Kellis loses the ball underneath.
Looking for a travel.
They called it travel, yeah. Couldn't see who called it. I think definitely travel, though. Here's Caston on the other end. Drops it in for two.
And this is very similar to what we saw against Marquette. I mean, we saw number 12 for them getting going. He had, or 11 got, four big-time threes, and that kind of shifted that pressure off of Owen and allowed their star player to get going.
Flint gets the bounce there. See Liddell head to the scores table for Nixa. Casting going right into the Nixa defense. Now Tisdale.
And just Flint has been efficient. I mean, he's only missed one shot, and it's only from the free throw line. I feel like we need to see him shoot that ball more.
Farron, quick release. I think Nixa might have got a hand on it. Fonville can't get the putback to go. And McKnight is coming in transition. Foul committed by Max Tisdale near midcourt.
That's going against Park Hills, number 12, Max Tisdale, his first foul, 14th foul for the Trojans. And for the Eagles, number 0, Jalen Liddell.
And here comes Liddell. Liddell's so good with the ball in his hands. You have two great ball handlers on the floor. I mean, three with Smith. Definitely going for a smaller lineup that can hopefully knock down a three ball.
Flint thought about it, does pull the trigger and hits from the top of the key.
I mean, all right,
the reverse layup.
and you know, that's exactly what we needed to see. Just Nixa not be able to knock down any threes, and he's definitely wet like water, just like you said. I mean, Flint has not missed from the floor tonight.
Smith tries the three as well. You know, Flint actually is shooting a near 50% from the three-point line, which is insane to think about. But that's very hard to do. It's hard to shoot 40.
Exactly, and he needs to shoot the ball more. I mean, it's plain and simple. He needs to get more opportunities. It just takes full advantage.
There, yeah, Fonville just completely out-muscles Cameron Miller. Flint coming off the dribble, gives it up for McKnight. McKnight going into Fonville, fades away, way off on that shot. Miller blocked by Fonville right after, though Nixa gets the rebound. 9 left on the shot clock. 9 seconds between shot and game clock. Kicks to Liddell. Liddell has to pull up at the buzzer and knocks it down just before the shot clock expires.
And that's what he provides. He's such a great shooter. That's something that Nix has been missing, and you know he definitely, hopefully, can have a breakout game here and just prove why he deserves minutes.
Gives Nix a 5-point lead. Farron to Caston. Clock winding down. They've got to get a shot up. Caston at the buzzer. Oh, gets it to bank in. Good shot.
What a tough shot.
Caston.
I mean,
didn't know the bank was open on the weekend.
And Liddell was all in his grill right now. I mean, that was great defense, just a better shot.
That will cut it to only a 2-point lead for the Nix Eagles. There's another look at it. I mean, I'm looking at it right there. You can see me at the top of the screen. I was like, that's for sure off because it looked right. It banked in, so hey, no shot's a bad shot if it goes in, right?
Exactly.
2-point lead for the Eagles over the Trojans. We'll see you guys back in a second.
This is Henley Dugan. This interview is brought to you by Holiday Inn. Coach, you guys had a very dominant first half, right? I mean, bunch of steals, bunch of fast breaks coming on. You guys executed. How do you feel you guys did in that first half?
We did all right. I'm not sure if it was dominant. I mean, we're up 2. We kind of had trouble getting some rebounds there late. I thought the first quarter would come out pretty good intensity. We're going to have to keep it going here in the second half.
You guys lost Owen Seitz to injury early on in the season. How's that adjustment been?
Well, we're quite a few games in now, so we've adjusted. So it's not too bad right now, but hopefully get him back soon.
Yeah. What's that message going to be in the locker room?
I'm going to have to play a good 16 minutes here.
Sounds good. Thank you, Coach.
We believe in everyone. Like, everyone believes in everyone else on the team, and we don't, like, put people down if they do bad. We try to bring them up.
We've definitely grown a lot from the last year. There's a lot of new faces from when I did my first year, and obviously there's a lot of new kids. I would say there's definitely more that have joined it. I've grown a lot. I started out decent, and then I've gotten a lot better as I've progressed and won some tournaments, set some personal bests, and learned a lot about archery.
I didn't grow up around archery or anything like that. I found it through JRTC and just kind of fell in love with it from there. Last year we went for JRTC Nationals, took home a first place trophy, so hoping to replicate that this year as well. Last year I got 3rd nationally for JRTC, so hoping to maybe get that 1st or 2nd, hopefully 1st, settle for 2nd.
I used to shoot, but I quit for like a good few years, and so this is my 2nd one. Kind of missed it. Like, I remember loving it, and so joining it again just seemed like a fun thing to do.
Lots of practice, definitely. Last year and the year before we had an archery class, so I was able to shoot every single day. I also had some great teachers to help me when I started out at the Davis house. They taught me a lot. You're always just trying to hit the center. It's called the 10 ring. It's an 80-centimeter block target. It's about a tennis ball sized circle in the very center. Starts at 10 points and then goes out from there. You'll shoot 5 arrows, so the most you can get per end, which is each time you shoot, you'll shoot 5 arrows, so 50 points. And then you'll shoot 6 of ends scored, so you'll have 300 points total.
Over the years, we've learned a lot of the tricks of the trade, basically, and what it takes to get somebody to be real consistent, because that's the biggest challenge when it comes to competing in archery, is that consistency always pays off, because you're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days, but if you can have that level of consistency, that's going to be a huge bonus when it comes to the entire team score.
They're always excited when they get to create something on the printer, but to create something that they know is making the difference in someone's everyday life. I mean, that's just life-changing for them too. So it's been really fun to see the growth from just us creating something that they get to take home that's for them, that's fun, to them seeing, hey, this is making a difference to somebody.
So we have kids that we service either on an IEP or a 504 that qualify for occupational therapy services. And I mean, a lot of people know the medical model of occupational therapy, but there's also school-based where, I mean, we work on fine motor skills, handwriting, visual perception, motor planning, and just kind of help them access their education a little bit better if they're kind of struggling in some different areas, and help them out.
We helped Miss Ramsey with a game that helps kids with their with their finger strength, fine motor skills, and the proper way to hold a pencil. The game is you have to reach in a bag and you have to feel there are shapes in the bag and you have to feel the shapes and you have to guess the shape and you have to pull it out.
I mean, even just with the game that they made for us, it kind of improves fine motor skills just by being able to touch shapes without using their vision, and they kind of have to be able to visualize in their head what shape they're feeling as they're touching it without looking at it. So it's kind of the same thing as like if you were to reach in your own pocket and know that your keys are there and know that those are actually keys whenever you have them and not freak out that you've lost them. But even just how you can hold a pencil in your hand and know where it fits, and I mean just that of the proprioceptive input to your fingers and just the tactile discrimination pieces that it all kind of goes with along with that.
I feel really proud and I'm really excited that people across the district get to use this game because I feel like really proud of myself and I'm really excited about this stuff.
For a while I've been wanting my own printer, so I got my own printer with my brother, and me and my dad and my brother learned together. Yeah, it was really inspiring and I really like 3D Print Club.
I've learned that you really have to know how to use it and you have to know that it's okay to make mistakes.
We're kind of excited to see where it could lead as far as collaborating with classroom teachers to get more items in the classroom that kind of help students just across the board with whatever they might need.
I do see this as our future. So many things are 3D printed. I actually went to Springfield last summer and worked a bit. There's a little village in Springfield and they're 3D printing houses for the homeless. And just to see that 3D printing can go all the way that far, we've learned that 3D prints can be made into prosthetics. So this is the future, and to plant little seeds now for 4th grade and hope that some of them will take off with it and change the world later, and they can think back and think, this started in 4th grade in 3D Print Club.
Just like a coach, if you make it to state, this is the pinnacle of your career. I want to be able to know that my kids are setting that standard and that they are doing the best that they can be, because we do have amazing support here in Nixa for the fine arts, and we want our kids to really, because of that, we want them to excel and really be the best they can be.
I just come here because I like to show my talents and let people know that they should be shy to show their talents too. Helps me throw all my thoughts and fears away and just helps me relax really.
I started singing at a very young age because my mom does a lot of theater and she used to be like a singer and stuff. So it just kind of caught on to me. I'm really proud how we've all come together every time that the 4th graders come in. It's like we're gonna teach them and it's just like, it's a big family. I used to quiet down and then I just pretend to mouth the words that I could listen to the choir. That was in 5th and 4th grade. I don't do that anymore. But I used to do it just because I was like, wow, we sound good. When I first got in here, I was basically a total outsider because I didn't know our songs, I don't know how to blend it. And after about 5 practices, I started blending in. So we've already done a concert, and that was pretty good for our first one, and I think we're ready for our next one.
Having multiple performances is really key.
This coach's interview is brought to you by Holiday Inn. Coach, you guys fell short in the first half. Pretty impressive buzzer beater to close it out, though. What were your opinions, some adjustments you might have made in that first half?
Like you said, the adjustment is pretty good upon that type of luck down the stretch, right? The team that played that physical, well coached, great coach, we have to be able to match up to the level of physicality. It's just that simple. Take care of the basketball and just be just as physical, so we don't have to rely on sheer luck to get by.
Yeah, for sure. What was that talk like in the locker room?
It's calm. It's calm. It had to be calm, given the circumstances. We always tell them, an emotional leader doesn't help anything. So we had to go back to the drawing board and pretty much undo everything that we do to ourselves to get ourselves in the hole. So looking forward to see how they respond to it, and hopefully we get out here with a win.
For sure. Good luck, Coach. Thank you.
Good job, guys.
Dang.
We are back for second half of action here at Eagle Fieldhouse. It's the third place game for the 2026 Nixa Invitational Tournament presented by Arvest Bank. The Nixa Eagles lead the Park Hill Trojans by 2 right now, heading into the third quarter. Tisdale looks inside. Bronson back out for Tisdale and up to Caston.
And if you're Nixa, I feel like you have to figure out a way to stretch the floor. We saw Adele hit a 3. And it just feels like they haven't been able to get anything going.
And there Tisdale gets a 3 to start the half for Park Hill there. Gives them a 1-point lead. Flint pull-up jumper, leaves it short. McKnight there for the rebound. Kicked out for Smith, over to Flint once again.
And that's Flint's first miss of the night. You want to see him keep shooting with the way he's been scoring offensively. He just doesn't have a lot of opportunities because it feels like he just keeps swinging the ball.
Flint in the corner, shot clock winding down, has to let it go. And Augustine will get the rebound for the Trojans. Here they are, bringing it down in transition. Kicked over for Tisdale. Back over Caston.
And if you're the Trojans, I feel like you just keep doing what you're doing. They started finally getting going in that towards the end of that first half, and they was playing good defense. So definitely limiting McKnight's inside game, but Smith gets one.
And a nice pass from Smith over the alley-oop to McKnight. This game's been back and forth all day. We're not back and forth, excuse me. There's only two lead changes, but it's been close this entire game.
And just looking at the quarter breakdown, they're just very similar. Every single quarter, they're putting up very similar points. Only 2 lead changes, but it just feels like a team's within 1 every single time.
Flint working in on Bronson, driving inside, stops on a dime and pivots back for the floater.
And I don't even know how you guard that. I mean, just his ability to instantly stop himself is just so coveted in basketball.
Fawnville going right into McCoy, puts it up right over McCoy's fingertips.
Oh my! That's just the length that you can just see the length right there, but just lays it in.
Thought you might have even gotten a hand on the ball there. Flint trapped in the corner, swings it baseline to Kellis. Kellis fires and misses. Fawnville's there to get the board. Fawnville will bring it up. Trying to work on McCoy, but McCoy gets blocked from behind by Bronson, but it's a foul.
And with the way Nick's been shooting free throws tonight, it's not honestly the worst thing. And 3 for 8 from the line, and those 3 makes have all come from Flint. Everyone else has not been able to knock one down.
Shooting 2 for the Eagles, it'll be number 12, Colt McCoy.
Yeah, the Eagles from the free throw line tonight. 3 for 8. There makes the first one.
Yeah, that's just such a, they started off hot against Marquette. They were knocking down most of them and just kind of went cold after that. Might have come from them being tired, but you have to be able to knock them down. And that pushes them to 50%, but 50% is still a terrible percentage to shoot from free throw.
Augustine, guarded by McKnight, gives it over for Fawnville. McCoy's got to be careful here. He's been playing really aggressive all night on Farmville. I think eventually they might get him for a foul in one of these reach-ins he has. McKnight bringing it down. Spinning, kicks out. Flint doesn't shoot, and it's tipped, but in the hands of Kellis. Kellis driving inside, can't finish the layup. McKnight going up and foul called.
And McKnight does a great job of drawing fouls. He's just so physical to where he can make you foul. He'll just get you to jump or anything, and he'll just jump right into you. Steven just a little hop right there. It just takes full advantage of it.
Yeah, and Augustine perfect that whole way through, except he just brings the arm down at the end. McKnight just waiting for him to do that so he can get the foul.
Exactly, and he just takes advantage of Augustine getting out of position.
Smith gets a great offensive rebound there and leaves it for McKnight to get an easy layup. Caston bringing it down for the Eagles. Eagles and man on defense now. Kicks it out for Bronson, who knocks down the three. Flint now working baseline. One in McCoy. Too strong of a pass. McCoy gets tangled up with Augustine. It's kicked up in the corner to Tisdale. Brings it back out for Caston. Caston kicks to the corner. Shot is good. Dante Bronson, 2 threes in a row for him.
And it feels like every single game, it's just someone's going to start killing them from three. We saw it in the first. I mean, just almost every single game this season. It's just what allows teams to keep with them. They're allowed, they don't get out on shooters.
Kellis, deep three right over Tisdale. Knocks it down. Coach Brock Blancett of the Nixa Eagles will call a timeout. Gives the Eagles a 3-point lead just over halfway through the third quarter. We'll step aside and be right back. Welcome back from the Nixa Eagles timeout. They have a 3-point lead over the Trojans right now. Good timeout from Coach Blancett there after they killed that little bit of that Trojan momentum. Just wanted to get his guys to talk it over.
And you know, the Trojans starting to heat up from three. They're at 50% on the night, which is a crazy good number. But you know, you have to, I mean, Kellis instantly answering.
Kellis going inside there, can't hit. McKnight blocked under the basket. They get a foul instead. Let's get another look at that one. That was clean to me. Oh, no, yeah, he might have clipped him.
And even just, you know, you saw him kind of wind back there. Just that motion sometimes will get them to call it on you because it just looks like you're going to commit a foul.
Misses the first free throw. From the free throw line, McKnight is
1 for 6.
1 for 6, yeah.
It's not a number you want to see.
Second free throw can't go for McKnight either. Caston will bring it down for the Trojans. They leave him wide open from three, and that is just too easy for him. And as good, I mean, he's hitting volleyball 3-point. And he's getting them way.
I don't know why they're not getting out. There's just so many.
Didn't way deeper threes than that. Almost too open.
And it just feels like every single time they hit a three on them, it's just they're wide open. There's just no one even near them, and a bunch of miscommunication.
That's what Laura was doing yesterday on Marquette. They just leave them. Miscommunication. Smith gets it stolen away. Fonville going up on Kellis. It's the easy layup off the turnover. Fonville is 16 now.
And he has just been leading the charge. Him and Caston. But, you know, Caston was quiet to start that first quarter, and then ever since then he's really heating up. That's because Fonville has been so effective. When you switch your focus away from Caston just a little bit, he's just going to make you pay.
Jump ball called.
Back to the floor for the Eagles, number 23, Cameron Miller.
Let's take another look at that there.
And timeout call.
I think if McKnight doesn't rip over like that, they're gonna get Washington for a foul, but they gave him a better. He gave him a better position on the ball. Just a bit unlucky. Timeout called by the Trojans. They lead by 2. We'll be back in just a moment. Back from the timeout now. It's Eagle basketball. Kellis scoring quickly.
Action time, Kellis.
And
I mean, just like Coach drew it up, right?
Exactly.
Score immediately.
Works perfection.
Backcourt here on Javon Washington. Another Park Hill turnover. They have 10 so far tonight. It's amazing Nixa isn't up by.
I mean,
it's tied right now. It's amazing Nixa isn't even up.
It's just, you know, we've seen the last game too. They forced so many turnovers. They had, I believe, 15, 16, and then they just couldn't do anything once they got those turnovers. They try to push in transition, miss layup. You know, someone would throw the ball right back, and it's just they're not capitalizing.
McKnight just loses it there. Flint pokes it away into the hands of Miller. Miller is fouled on the near sideline.
Foul's caught against Park Hill's number 2, Isaiah Caston, his third personal
It's Caston's third foul of the game.
And that's big. I mean, he's been definitely a threat, not only in this second half, but that third quarter is what really got that Park Hill going.
Miller knocks down the first free throw. In comes Liddell.
And we've definitely seen a lot more subbing since last game. I mean, just getting their starters just a little bit of a break, 1 to 2 minutes, maybe 3. Just get someone else a chance off that bench.
Miller goes 2 for 2 from the line. Two-point lead for Nixa nearing the end of the third. Tisdale working on Liddell. Good defense from Liddell. Step back Caston. Oh, it just swirls out for him. Fighting for the rebound in the hands of the Trojans and saved to Farron. Farron goes right into Kellis, and that is going to be a charge.
Just lowered his shoulder completely.
Rylan Farron. I think he could have shot it there. I think that was a little bit unnecessary.
And there was no need to do that. It was so obvious. I mean, he didn't even try to hide it. He just lowered his shoulder and put him to the ground. I mean, like you said, that seemed like he could have just got a shot off.
I mean, great hustle from Tisdale and Washington there. I mean, just kind of blatantly lowers his shoulder.
He could have just gone 1-2 and shot a floater.
Under a minute now. Flint kicks out for Kellis. Kellis fires off the back iron, though. Flint's there for the rebound. Offensive foul call on Adam McKnight.
Foul's called on number 21, Adam McKnight, his third.
McKnight's third foul of the game.
First team foul for the Nixa Eagles.
Tisdale now, 35 seconds left on the clock, 12 seconds between shot and game.
And they're just working this ball around, trying to find the best shot.
Fonville loses it and fouled by Kellis.
Fouls called on Eagle number 13, Ty Kellis, his second personal foul. Second team foul for the Eagles.
Almost had the steal there if Kellis just doesn't nick him a bit with his hand. He had a wide open dunk on the other end.
And that would have been a big-time momentum swing, especially in a close game like this with a team that likes to play off momentum. And McKnight throws one down. I mean, it could have allowed them to finally go on a run, which they've not done a great job of in these past 2 games. I mean, their longest of the game is 6-0.
Tisdale inbounds to Caston.
Come on!
Fonville, shot clock turned off. 10 seconds left.
Definitely going to go for last shot.
Caston already has a buzzer beater at the end of the second. Kicks to the corner. Tisdale pulls the trigger, fouled. Almost gets the and one, though he will get 3 shots at the charity stripe. And it's kind of undisciplined there. Don't want to foul.
Exactly. You don't want to grab that landing zone. I mean, credit to him for drawing it, but just costly foul.
And just kind of an unnecessary foul. It's already a tough shot. Luckily, Tisdale's going to miss the first one. Second one goes in. You can't tie it here. With the next one, then you got to imagine that's going to be basically the end of the third.
I mean, .9. It's not time to get a shot up.
Scoring in the third there. That free throw ties it up.
Let's go!
Full court heave won't go. Very similar to quarters 1 and 2. Park Hill outscores Nixa by 2 in the third quarter, and it will remain a tie game. 47 apiece here at Eagles Fieldhouse in the third place game of the 99th Nixa Invitational Tournament presented by Arvest Bank. Welcome back for fourth quarter action here. We'll see who will be crowned third place winner of the 99th Nixa Invitational Tournament. It's been back and forth all game. Within 1 score, it seems like, for the majority as well. Right now we're tied 47 apiece. See who is more resilient. Caston misses the first shot of the fourth.
And Nixa definitely thrives in that third quarter. And we've talked about if you want to be able to beat Nixa, you're going to have to stay with them in that third quarter. Marquette did it, and Park Hill did as well. It's allowed them to stay with them this game. So Nixa can sometimes get cold later in the game.
Flint tries the 3, and it finds the bottom of the net. Flint with a little holds the jump shot there. He has been on fire this game, and Smith draws the foul right after.
And that'll be 4 on Caston. He's been big time. He's their main ball handler. And if they can get him to foul out, he likes to sit until later in the fourth. and that would be a big time loss. And you know, even if he doesn't get set, you're gonna have to play differently. You can't play as physical inside.
Flint only missing 2 shots from the field so far. He has 15 points.
And he's just such an efficient shooter. He needs to keep letting it fly.
There they get Javon Washington for the foul, trying to give it to McKnight. There's another look at that off-ball foul. Just a little push-off.
Good.
You might want to give an Oscar to Smith, too. I mean, that was a little bit of a good acting job. It's going to be red Nixa basketball. Or no, they get McKnight for the foul. Excuse me. I thought they were saying it went out of bounds. McKnight's 4th.
I mean, both the star players for both teams are in foul trouble right now. It's going to definitely change how McKnight plays because he plays so physical inside. I mean, now all you have to do is try to draw a charge against him, and he's going to be out the game.
Coy gets Caston's miss off the rim. Here's Flint driving in, dumps it off McKnight. Foul and 1. Adam McKnight gives Nixa a 5-point lead. Chance to make it 6 with the free throw. McKnight's able to make this free throw. 6-point lead now for the Eagles. Park Hill yet to score in the 4th.
And Nixa on their longest run of the night to 6-0. Just unbelievable. That seems like all season they've been able to go on at least a double-digit run once per game, and they're starting to finally get on one.
We'll say he stepped out of bounds there on the sideline or the baseline. Coach Bayiha maybe wanted a foul there. Smith gives it up for McCoy, absorbs the contact and pisses off the glass for 2. Nixa starting to pull away here. 8-point lead. Fawnville sets, fires off the back iron. Kellis pulls it down.
And, you know, down low, you got to think maybe if Washington falls right there, you can get maybe a charge call, but you can't take the risk of getting a block when you're at 4 fouls. It definitely changes the way he's going to have to play.
Patient Javon Washington under the basket. Try to get McCoy to jump. Doesn't matter. He stays on his feet, so he just goes and does it himself. Flint. Knight's got to be careful here. And hand fighting with them all night. Off McKnight's hands, out of bounds, Park Hill basketball. Farron and Augustine come back into the game. Caston to Farron. Farron pulls the trigger. No good. Flint, good rebound. McKnight bringing it down. 3-on-3. Going inside. Wanted a foul, though. It's just stripped away. Here's Farron now for Park Hill. Dumps inside to Augustine. Smith tips it away. 2 teams trading turnovers. Now Kellis able to finish on the other side.
And just kind of an interesting sequence. I mean, back-to-back turnovers and Kellis, an impressive finish. I mean, it could have very easily been blocked. You know, kind of adjusted his angle a little bit, just enough to lay it in.
Eagles come out hot in the 4th. They're at an 8-point lead. Park Hill only scored 2. They've got to find something to get going. We'll be back in just a moment. Back from the Nixa timeout, Park Hill trails by 8 with 5 minutes left in the 4th. They've got to get some source of offense generated.
And Nixa has been very physical. You know, just played impressive defense. I mean, they haven't really gotten themselves into too much foul trouble outside of Ignite, and it's definitely starting to give Parkdale some trouble.
Tisdale, good move though, blocked by Flint. He met him at the rim. Here's McKnight in transition. Throws it down for the Eagles. He is fired up. Stoppage of play from the officials. Might have been a wet spot near the middle of the court.
But that's big time. I mean, with Nixa already starting to go off and start separating this league, pushing out to double digits, and that big time slam, it's definitely going to give them some momentum towards the end of this game.
Double-digit lead for the Eagles for the first time in this game. Eagles with 4 straight. Caston pulls up off the screen, off the front rim, fights for the rebound, McKnight, and it's going to be off his fingertips, out of bounds. Quick inbound to Bradford. Bradford moving inside, stops, kicks, fires, hits. Rylan Farron from the near corner. Finally, Park Hill is out of the scoring drought that they've had in the fourth quarter. Only a 7-point lead for the Eagles now. Coached by Yeehaw will take a timeout.
And you know, Farron, definitely a great three-point shooter, was kind of cold. He hit one and then missed 4 straight. Finally gets back on track with that one. And you know, it feels like Park Hill, you know, the second half has kind of started to knock down. I mean, towards the end of that second, third quarter, fourth, they've just started to knock down a lot more three-point shots. I mean, they're shooting 44%, 8 for 18 right now to Nick's 4 for 12. I mean, they're just, feels like every single game is a team outstretched that just does a better job of stretching the floor.
So if I'm coached by Yeehaw of the Park Hill Trojans, I mean, you've got to be thinking you've got to generate turnovers because they thrive in transition with Fawnville. They've only generated 8 today.
And, you know, it's just both teams like to generate turnovers. Nick's has definitely done a better job of it, but it just feels like they haven't been able to convert off them. They started to do it a little bit more in this fourth. But if you're at Park Hill, you're definitely going to start taking the ball out of the Eagles' hands.
Smith brings it down and
just does it right there. Just
kind of throws it out of bounds. Don't know where he's maybe was expecting someone there and he cut baseline out. Just kind of threw it out of bounds there.
And that's something you can't have, that empty possession. I mean, you get up 10 and then this is the type of team that can go on a big time run.
Caston able to control. Now Fawnville. Remember, Park Hill was the team. They hit a shot at the buzzer last year to send it to overtime against Nixa. Trying to get back in that range to do that here. Preferably just be ahead and win. But Nixa doing everything they can not let that happen.
And you know,
Kellis gets away.
And Kellis so dangerous in transition. And just looking at a big difference between last game, the ball seems to be a lot more spread out. I mean, McKnight was 16.
Oh, beautiful pass. Can't finish though. Kalen Bradford, I mean, that was perfectly right where he can just take 1-2 and shoot it. He just lifts the layup.
And with them being kind of in a scoring drought, I mean, 14-5 in the fourth quarter, you had to get that to go. You can't allow that, allow yourself to miss that.
Fawnville picks up his second foul.
4th team foul for the Park Hill Trojans.
And you know, that foul will put them one away from the bonus, and that's what you don't want. I mean, although Nick's not been able to efficiently knock it down, you don't want to just give teams a chance at free points.
It's like they dished out technical fouls here.
And a technical foul called against number 2 for the Eagles, Randy Flint.
Randy Flint picks up the technical foul. That's just his second this game, so he's done a great job staying in foul trouble. I saw him chirping a bit at Park Hill, walking off the court at the end of the third. Guess they just finally had enough now.
And, you know, we talked about how he can't get into foul trouble. He's such a great piece. He's been very efficient. Only missed 2 shots tonight outside of the free throw line. He's at 15, and, you know, he's done a great job. I mean, only 2 fouls, like you said.
Flint just such a competitor, though. He's going to try to get into the other team's head there just a little too much. Caston working inside, spins and travel called on Isaiah Caston.
And that's big time. I mean, it felt like they might have started to get that momentum back, hit the 2 free throws, and get a big-time bucket. And you're within 4, but costly turnover.
Eagles trying to hold on, up 7. Foul called off the ball on Rylan Farron.
That's called on Park Hill's number 30, Rylan Farron, his second.
I'll put the Eagles in the bonus, so McKnight will head to the free throw line, but with how he shot from there today, he'll live there.
It's 2 for 8.
See, I'm just saying that on purpose.
You know, even if he makes it, still only 40% from the line tonight. I mean, that's something that if Park Hill's able to come back in these final minutes, you're going to be hating yourself.
Makes it a 9-point lead. Caston trying to get it going. Steps back, fires. Nothing but net. Isaiah Caston. He's up to 18 this game, though 4 fouls, so he wants to stay in it here near the end.
And that's his 4th triple of the night. I mean, his scoring is almost exclusively from there. And, you know, Nixa kind of struggling to get out on him.
McKnight, oh, good move, driving inside. 2 more for the Eagles.
And just a good move. Being able to, you know, get him to jump at your jab step and then instantly just taking him down low in the bucket.
Puts the Eagles up 8. They will take a timeout with 2:02 left on the clock. We'll step aside. .202 left in the 4th. We will see who will take home 3rd place in the 99th Nixa Invitational Tournament. Right now, if Nixa is able to hold on, it looks like it will be them. Anything can happen. Caston working inside, denied by Flint.
And if Nixa can keep playing the defense that they're playing right now, it's definitely going to look like they're going to come away with this one. And there's being, you know, pests on that ball. I mean, Flint, multiple blocks tonight, multiple steals, and they're doing a great job of making Park Hill not take the shots they want, just right there.
Bradford, I mean, just not a very good shot, fighting for the ball. Jump ball, Nixa basketball.
I mean, it was going for trying to draw a foul, but just that no one even touched him. He was completely off balance, just kind of chucked it up.
And Park Hill unloading the bench here on defense. When this guy's getting into foul trouble, I assume.
They might start intentionally
or
fouling.
Just a better defensive lineup.
I mean, definitely looking like that's why they did it.
Smith breaks the press. McCoy had McKnight cutting, though. Just lost control. Gets fouled either way.
It's going on Park Hill's number 40.
And this is where know, your free throw shooting could come to kill you. If you can't knock these down and Parkville starts getting hot, they're just going to constantly keep letting you go to that line. I mean, 11 for 19, they've definitely cleaned it up a little bit.
Here the offense comes, or I'll just say offense. I mean, they're going to keep it subbing either way. McCoy knocks down both free throws, makes it a 10-point lead. Fawnville to Caston. Got to score quick. Smith double teams. Caston working off the screen, driving inside, floats it up to short. And Nixa will slow it down. Tisdale guarding Flint.
It feels like Park Hill has started to slow down. They haven't been able to get anything going. It's gone cold, which is
kind of what happened yesterday. They just weren't able to keep up.
You know, they come out hot. I mean, exactly like yesterday. They come out hot. They keep it tied at half, and then they just let it go in those final minutes.
Flint gives it for McKnight. McKnight looking for the foul, won't get the call though. Fades away, just rims out, and offensive foul call on McCoy going for the rebound.
I feel like we've seen that so many times with him. I mean, just they'll get him for it every time when he jumps. He's just so athletic that he can just jump over that person, but any contact and they'll get you with an open bag.
Caston working on Flint, kicks for Farron. They've got to get a shot up, I think, quick here. Here goes Caston, fires and knocks it down from range. He has just been that guy for Park Hill. He has a third of their points.
And, you know, right when you feel like it's sort of out of reach, Caston comes back and drills a big-time three.
Looking forward to next game. It'll be the Logan Rogersville Wildcats taking on the Marquette Mustangs. Logan Rogersville been very dominant, really all levels. I mean, they beat the top team in the nation in Wheeler. They hung with Paul VI. St. John Bosco. They've dominated all tournament. And then Marquette, who has picked up 2 big wins over Staley and Nixa.
And I feel like they're definitely decently matched. You know, Marquette having some size down low
is definitely going to help.
Exactly, especially against, you know, the Moore brothers. But just looking at Republic, I mean, Chase Branham, he runs everything. He's such
Republic?
Excuse me. But Chase Branham just runs everything. I mean, he is so smooth with the ball in his hands. He's definitely going to be a tough matchup for him.
Here's the inbound for Flint. Gets it past half court. Gives to McCoy. And McKnight gets the and one inside. And that might just be the nail in the coffin.
You know, if he can knock this down, it definitely could put the nail in the coffin. Unless Parkville can get something crazy.
13 Mason, known as 40, Clark. Adam 5, it's Xavier Smith. Adam McKnight shooting 1. Back to the floor for the Eagles. 23, Cameron Miller.
10-point game now for Nixa after the and one. Clock winding down, shot clock turned off. Park Hill.
Gonna need to get something going.
Well, they just have all their subs in the game. It seems like they've given up. Nixa subs head to the scorer's table. Looks like this clock will just run out. 70-60. The Nixa Eagles bounce back, get a little revenge on the Park Hill Trojans, and they will capture the 3rd place plaque and the 99th annual Arvest Nixa Invitational Tournament.
And, you know, it's just a slower night to start this to happen. They definitely started to heat up in that 4th quarter, which is big time. I felt like, you know, they subbed towards the end of that 3rd, gave their starters a little bit of a break, and it definitely showed. They came out in that 4th and started to pull away.
the middle of the arena, Dr. Brandon Clark will present the third place trophy to the Nixa High School Eagles at the 99th annual Arvest Bank Nixa Invitational Tournament.
I've been looking at them prawns like they minuscule. Ooh, hold on, gotta see it through. I might hold a sword or a Drake. I got different views. We can't even go out on the walk. We got different shoes. Told you I was supposed to stop. I ain't get the news. Look, I was on the block, now I'm on the clock. Used to push a mop, now I'm on the shop. Look, put me in a box, I can't let it rock. Number one pick, I can't let them crop. I just link with the Brody, time to sharpen up. Man, the whole gang get it like to a carpet. They say how your life going, I say marvelous. Yeah, I ain't tryna wait till they do it. It's gonna start with us. I said well done, like it's ready. I've been with the Saints like I'm ready.
I'm here with our best player of the game, Randy Flint. Randy, you guys dropped a tough loss yesterday to Marquette. How did you guys bounce back today and pick up the win that earned third place?
We reevaluated like with the whole team. The coach came talk to us. He was still confident, and he said like, forget about it and let's just worry about the next game. And we trusted him, and then obviously we took care of it tonight.
Yeah, you were amazing on defense tonight. Many steals there for you. Just how important is that to the type of player you are?
I think it's important for me, but also as a team, because if I'm getting steals and making plays, that's just more energy for everybody else.
You guys played Park Hill last year and unfortunately lost to them in the semis. Just was any of that in the mind of the team going into this game?
Some of them are new, so I don't think like most of them, but for me, Adam, and a few returning players, that's for sure what we were thinking.
And just looking ahead to the season after this tournament, postseason, last of the regular season, just what have you guys as a team learned?
Energy is a big thing for us. If we don't have it, then we won't be able to execute like we did tonight.
All right, well, great game tonight, Randy. And
thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Make sure you guys stay tuned. We're going to have championship basketball coming up next. The Logan Rogersville Wildcats taking on the Marquette Mustangs live here from Nixa, Missouri. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a little bit. Flint working in on Bronson, driving inside, stops on a dime, and Smith gets a great offensive rebound there and leaves it for McKnight to get an easy layup. Flint tries the three and it, the rim. Here's Flint driving in, dumps it off McKnight, foul and one.
And he gave Park Hill some trouble.
Tisdale, good move though, blocked by Wren. Here's McKnight in transition, throws it down for the win. Here's McKnight in transition, throws it down for the win. Here's McKnight in transition, throws it down for the Eagles.